Good morning and welcome on this Monday morning into the lily pad, the chaos that is surrounding me. But we are going to take a break from all of the little bits of paper all over the floor and things that are going on behind me to do a bit of crafting. So welcome, my name is Helen Jennings. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and I come in on a Monday and Friday morning to do some crafting with you, and that's what we're going to do today. And last night or this morning, the voting poll has gone live for the Chopped Challenge. So if you have been part of the Chopped Challenge this month or have been part of the Chopped Challenge previously, you will know all about the fact that all over the world, whether you're in Canada, America, Australia, here in the UK, you can take part in this challenge. You can receive your little kit of things through the post, create a project of your own using the items in the kit plus any other current Stampin' Up products you have, and then you send a photo to whoever your demonstrator is in your country that you've got the kit from, and they will upload it, and it will go at the end of the month into a poll where anybody, so you don't have to have taken part in the challenge to go and vote, anybody can go on and vote for their favourite project, and the winner gets their next month's Chopped Challenge for free, and they also get to pick the colours for an upcoming challenge. So I thought, as the voting has gone up, we will take the opportunity today to have a little bit of a play and see what we might have done with the challenge if we had received it. So let me move this camera so that we're facing downwards, so that if you're looking for details of that Chopped Challenge, you can find those on my website, www.love-a-duckie.co.uk, and you can by all means start registering your interest in taking part in August's Chopped Challenge. And you say you don't have to be here in the UK. If you go onto my website, you will find details, and I will link those to the videos when I edit them afterwards. You can find details of the demonstrators, of Lisa in the US, of Jen in Canada, and of Donna in Australia, where you can get your challenge kit somewhere close to home. Okay, so the kit this time, now remember that the colours are chosen by a winner, or a past winner, and actually I think these were quite challenging colours to play with, but we've got Merry Merlot, we've got Granny Apple Green, and we've got a little bit of lovely lipstick in the polished pink, sorry, I keep calling that lovely lipstick, polished pink, with that little rectangular, it's this little rectangular postage stamp punch just there. There's a little bit of white twine, there's some of these little opal rounds, and there's a piece of designer series paper, and that comes from the Expressions in Ink pack, which is a specialty paper with all of these gorgeous patterns and flowers and that gold foiling. So quite fun to play with. Morning, Beryl. So this is the kit as it was sent out, and then everybody got a chance to create something with it. So if you go on over to the poll, that I will link all of those up when I edit the video, and vote for your favourite. You will see what other people have done with this little kit. But let's have a look what we're going to create. The nice thing about these is you can use, of course, any current product. So it really is a question of scanning your shelves and your dies and your punches and thinking, right, okay, what am I going to use? Morning, Div. Right, I'm going to start off with a piece of Merry Merlot, and I'm going to check that, yeah, that's the right size. Now, wherever you are in the world, you will get slightly different, obviously, card bases, because if you're in Canada, I'm just run my, I'm not going to get a bit of scrap card and just run it along there, because that looks, I was doing a lot of cutting yesterday, and that is very fluffy in that channel. And let's just get rid of that. Depending on where you are in the world, it would depend on what size card base you get, because obviously you're going to want a card base that fits the card that you're used to working with. So this is a piece of A5, so it's half a piece of A4 card. I'm going to score that at 10.5. And this is actually, it's a 4-inch square piece, which is around about 10 centimeters. I'm going to cut a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 10.5 centimeters square. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it in half diagonally. Like that. And I'm going to take my paper and cut that in half diagonally. Like that. And stick that on there. So we've just got a little bit of a Granny Apple Green border around the outside of there. So I haven't spent hours planning these. I was just having a bit of a think and a play before I came on. So that then fits quite nicely across there, sort of like an envelope looking card, a mock envelope card, shall we call it. I'm going to decide when and how I stick that down. I've obviously got another piece there that I could do another one with. Or you could indeed have it coming in on the side like that if you wanted to, but I think we're going to go mock envelope. So we have used some of the Merry Merlot, we have used some of the Granny Apple Green. We might go back in with a little bit more of that, who knows. We still haven't used our twine, our polished pink, or our 3 little gems that seem to have gone walkabout, but I have more. We will find them. They will all get used. Right, I'm going to bring in some pieces of. Oh, I've got a piece here. Some basic white. Now, actually, I'm going to use the Expressions, the artistically inked stamp set that is part of that bundle that goes with those papers. So I'm sort of sticking to that bundle. Morning Lee. Quick slurp of water. And I've got here some Merry Merlot, some polished pink, Granny Apple Green, and pale papaya. So I'm going to take, I think, polished pink. I'm going to take this big flower. Go for a D block. Just found my little opal rounds that had fallen on the floor. So it's a big stamp. I'm going to take my ink pad to my stamp rather than the other way round. Pow! That's a bright, beautiful flower, isn't it? I'm going to take this little flower one. I'm going to use it as a centre rather than as a flower in its own right. I'm going to ink it up with Merry Merlot. I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to take these little flowers and some pale papaya. I might do 2 lots of those. They cut out, the die cuts out all 3 at once, so I might not need all of those, but it won't take too much effort to cut those out. And then let's take some Granny Apple Green. And I think we'll just come in with this double leaf. And yeah, I'm just going to stick to 2 of those. Now we'll cut these out, and then we will make some decisions where we go next. I'm just going to trim that round. And of course we've got dies that go with this particular bundle. Only I can find them. So there's some really big, beautiful dies in here. But we're just using the dies that are going to cut out the stamped images that we've just created. So we want that one, and that one. This is the one to get right, isn't it? Just like that, I think. Then that one will come like that, and that one like that. Open up my cut and emboss. Now I think we're going to have to cut these out separately. We're not going to be able to run these through together. Hi Glenda, lovely to have you with us live. So for those of you in Australia, if you do ever want to join in the chopped challenge, and it's open to everybody, whether you're a demonstrator or a happy shopper, or whether you normally shop with somebody else, that's fine. You can just come and join us for the chopped challenge. And in Australia, it's Donna Gray that is admin and distributor of the chopped challenge. Right, there we are. We have some flowers and leaves. So we've folded our Merry Merlot base in half. We've created our sort of envelope flap out of half of a piece of half a piece of the DSP. Sorry, was in thought mode then. I'm thinking we've got our little tag just here. I was thinking that we could have sticking out. And I think onto that we will stamp this hello. And I'm going to use some Versamark and some gold embossing for that. Hello. There we go. Let's just give that a burst. Excuse the noise. Now the other thing I gathered up somewhere, I do believe, what safe place did I put those in? Because with this excuse me as I rifle around through the bits of paper and things I've got here, along with this suite of products, there's also the ephemera pack. I know where it is. I left it in the box. So this is the Expressions in Ink ephemera pack, which gives us these sort of gold these gorgeous sequins, but also these gold leaves and things. I think we'll perhaps have some of those as well. Just because we can. Right, let's have a play with this. So I think the envelope flap piece we will stick down flat. Hi Jane. So we're actually playing with the bits that were in the Chopped Challenge kit this month, which is why we're probably using what might seem a slightly strange colour combination, but that is the colour combination that last month's winner chose. So that is the combination that we are working with. But equally, I do love this set. It is beautiful. I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that big flower, and we'll raise that up coming over here. I think our little tag, I'm going to stick that in flat. We'll put that in now, and then we can build up round it, because it does feel a little wide, as if it needs sort of taming a little bit. We can do that by building up some of these elements over the top. These are just beautiful, these gold foils. Oh, made a mess of that, didn't we? I need to clean that up with our rubber when that dries. In some mini dimensionals. Pop some of these up a little bit. Here, I want you to go in there like that. A little piece of twine. And we'll have a little bow with that. Let's pick up that glue dot. Pop that in there. And then the only thing we haven't used, a little opal rounds. These are so pretty. They have like sort of a glittery centre. Now that card is going to demand a centre, isn't it? An insert. So I'm just going to cut one out of basic white. We should stamp something on there, shouldn't we? Let's come in with some of these little pale papaya flowers. Coming round that corner like that. Sorry, we've got ice lollies underneath. That's not very clear, is it? Should have put us a clean piece of paper, but waste not, want not. Let's pop that inside. Right, so there's one. We've used our Momella in the background. We've got some Granny Apple Green going on underneath that flap of DSP. And there's our little tag. We've got our white twine and our opal round, and we've added in those flowers from the artistically inked. The name of it escaped me momentarily then. Let's just clean up these flowers. And leaves. Oh, hello. We forgot you. Put that in there as well. Move some of these bits out of the way. Clear the decks, ready to start again. I'm going to move that excess green so you don't have to use all of your every last scrap of your kit. Just is about having some of it in there. So that's one. Let's bring in our second kit. Now I haven't brought out 3 separate opals in this one, and the other one was a spare kit that I'd cut. This one I've just grabbed the card and things, punched my little label and gathered up a few different things. As you can see, I've got some shaded spruce card here, and I've got a bit of gold foil going on. So let's have a look at this one. Now I thought for this I would use my cardstock for my bits and pieces that I'm going to be embellishing my card with, but I'm actually going to create a shaded spruce card base. I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to cut it 10 1/2. I'm going to have a long thin styly, and so I'm going to score it to about 14.9. Fold that, and we're going to have a tent fold card, so we're going to have it going this way. Now for this one I thought we would use the other side of that paper. It's just beautiful, isn't it, that paper? I'm going to die cut it with this label from the Hippo and Friends labels. I use these labels a lot. They've got such a nice variety of labels in there. Oh, Mind out, Mr. Spider, you're going to get squashed if you get into them. In between the rollers of my stamping, cut and embossed, you will be a squished spider. Don't do that. So I've cut that. I've got a nice frame now if I want to use that for something else. But I've got this rather nice label here. And for this one, I thought I would use, if I can find them, the stitched leaves. I thought these sort of greens and reds and things were quite good leaf colours. I'm going to take this long die just here that cuts this dotty shape into your cardstock. Looks like a cityscape, doesn't it, right there? I'm going to cut that, I'm going to emboss that, cut it into the side of that card. So there we have a nice spotty piece coming down the side there, and we've got our stitched detailing around the side of our paper as well. I'm going to use these to cut some leaves and my gold foil. So I think we'll have, let's have one out of Merry Merlot. Give that a bit of a trim round. I'm going to cut two out of the Granny Apple Green. I'll just cut that bit off there using that one. I'm going to have a little tiny one that I'm going to cut out of the centre of this pink. Not sure that pink really is a good colour, but we'll be able to tuck it in. We're going to know it's there, part of the challenge, but we're not necessarily going to have masses of it. And then we're going to cut two of these. That's not necessarily cheating. That's thinking it through, what we'll call it. Because it wouldn't be a challenge if it was incredibly easy, would it? But then I suppose if you've got really, really easy colours and things, the challenge would be making it something different from everybody else's, wouldn't it? Just going to run these two through first, and then I'll got another green one to do anyway. I'll come back and do this. Right, so there's our stitched gold leaves. They fab in foil. Do love this set. There's one of our Granny Apple Green leaves. So this is quite autumnal feel, really. Perhaps slightly more in keeping with the Australian weather at the moment than our ice creams last week. But that. Oh, okay, you've got others to do. You just got that one. You got this one. Nearly forgot these, didn't I? And you've got this little pink one. In there so we don't lose it. Little pink one. Mary Merlot. And a second and the apple green. Right, let's bring back in our paper here, because we don't want to lose the gold foiling underneath. In fact, I might bring that sort of stronger vein, and I could well chop some of these stalks off as well in a minute. That little bit of pink just peeping out of there. To cut the stalks off so that they're not sticking out too much. Decisions. Yeah, I think I like that better. Having sort of top and bottom. And the other thing I thought I would do is I'm going to take the textures and frames set. I'm going to use the splodginess in here. Oh, if we don't throw it on the floor. Now, I think another hello in here, but I think we're going to go thank you. So again, I'm going to go in with Versamark and some gold embossing. So we'll put a little thank you there. Let's just add in some splodges. There we go. Our heat tool. So these splodges, this textures and frame stamp set with these splodges in, is actually a celebration set. So that's a bit of a sneak peek. That's going to be coming up in celebration that starts for customers on the 3rd of August. So if you were wondering where that came from, that's where. And it does give a really nice sort of splattered paint look. So let's stick this down. We'll have it so that we've got that nice strong gold vein coming down here. We'll have these two coming up here. There's actually bits of dimensional on the back of there. Just do the same with this. Have a couple of dimensionals on the back of this wood leaf. Let's stick this little pink one. It's just peeping through there. And let's have these gold ones. Here to the side. I just need to tuck that underneath that dimension a little bit. Add in our bow. Now I have to say these are not colours I think I would normally use together. So it's hats off to everybody in the challenge this time that have made these work. have a actually I might take that one. Almost make it like a little bunch of berries. There we go. And again, this card is going to need a white insert. Now what I might do is actually chop that frame in half. There we are, that definitely is waste not, want not. We'll stick those in place and then I'll trim off any excess around the edge. There we go. Okay, so chop challenge. Half a piece of Granny Apple Green, half a piece of Merry Merlot, that little polished pink label, some white twine, and some of these opal rounds. And the challenge was then to see what you could create with them. So we have our stitch leaved card with that paper in the background, and we've used that as an insert. And then we've got the Merry Merlot used as a card base with a bit of Granny Apple Green behind that flap just there. And then we've added in some of the stamped and die cut images and those gold leaves from that ephemera pack. So 2 cards, 1 chopped challenge. Hope you feel as if we've rose to the challenge this month. And so, as I say, if you want to take part in the chop challenge yourself, you can. So for those of you in the States, it is Lisa Hardin. For those of you in Canada, it's Jen Houston. For those of you in Australia, it's Donna Gray. And if you're here in the UK, it is me. So do get in touch with us and get signed up to get August's challenge in the post. And it's not an expensive thing to take part in. For us here in the UK, it is £5, and that just covers the little bits and pieces and any admin and those sorts of things. So it's just good fun. So do come and join us. It is open to everybody. You just need to be able to use current Stampin' Up products. So as long as you've got some current Stampin' Up products that you can play with alongside your challenge pieces, then you can join us. So have a really lovely week, everybody. We will be back on Friday and we'll play with something else. We're going to be creeping ever nearer to the catalogue launch by the time we get to Friday. So we will see you very, very soon.